Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me. This is Always Before You, and we're going to be looking at the KJ Works KP07. This is the 1911. It's a very tactical looking gas blowback pistol. Also, not only green gas, but there is the CO2 version, which I elected to get. So let me tell you a little bit about this gun. It's a really nice gun, and there's a couple unique features to it, which in my eyes rose it up around, above rather, the ranks of all the other 1911 airsoft guns out there, of which, if you're familiar with airsoft, there are many 1911s. So what makes this one different? Well, some things aren't so much different, but they're just done well. Let's start with these grips. These grips are rubber grips, and I say rubber because they're not rubberized. Some other manufacturers, they use, it's a plastic grip, and the very outer portion of it is like that tactile rubber, almost like the back of a cell phone. These are actually rubber. Anyone familiar with real firearms will know Hogue. Hogue makes rubber grips. I don't think these are made by Hogue, but you get the idea. It's an actual rubber grip, and it offers a great feel in the hand. Tremendous, just tremendous, a positive grip to it. They're really well done. They also wrap around the front, and this is one thing I want to call your attention to. I saw one other YouTube video guy said he didn't like them, he took them off. If you do want to take this off for some reason, just know this, you can do it. Take off the screws on either side, right, and then take off the grips. You'll see that there's a spot here where there is no checkering, right there, that line. You can make a real nice cut there with an X-Acto knife. Do it on both sides. You can get rid of this front if you don't want it. What I want to show you though is just know that you still have that front checkering built into the gun. You know, it's on the frame. So whether you like that and you just want the metal grip up front, or maybe you don't like that, maybe you just like a smooth front grip, just know that that's what's underneath this here. Full front strap checkering, goes all the way up, of course. I mean, I took these off already, I took a look at it. Another thing that I like about these is these really great Griffin emblems. And I like them because they're not hokey. Airsoft guns sometimes put on these really weird, almost like kind of, you know how the manuals are Chinglish? Well, sometimes you get these weird emblems, or people say trademarks for everything. These here just look really dope. They're well done, and it just looks like something you'd really feel almost like on a special edition, a real 1911 or any other firearm. So good job there on these cool Griffin emblems there. Now I'm not going to go over the whole gun. Alright, look to another review for that functionality and how a 1911 operates and all that other stuff there. I just want to talk to you about a couple of things that are a little bit different and why I chose this one. Another thing it does have is the 3 white dots, which is kind of requisite for me. I don't understand, even on an airsoft gun, why they would just do a blade front, or, you know, just make the white dot front and, you know, black rears. On an airsoft gun, it seems like everybody appreciates the fast pickup of some kind of sighting system, and I'm really glad that KJ has white dot sights on it. To me, it just makes sense. You have your front rail here. You know, you can put whatever you want to on there. Okay. I said this gun shoots green gas. It's a gas blowback. It also does CO2. And you got this red nozzle here, which to my understanding means that it's a little bit beefed up. And as I understand, the recoil spring is also a little bit more beefed up to handle the additional pressure generated by a CO2 cartridge. Okay. Safety on this one, just so you know, on mine, I don't know if it's just my example of it off the assembly line, or if it's something indicative of all the KP07s. It works well. It works just fine, but it's a little bit loose. Okay, it's not going to fall on its own, but it doesn't really take much to get it to go in either direction. You can almost do it, you know, by accident. But you know, so just be aware of that. All right, I said there's some unique features about it, and this is really what I want to touch on here, are the magazines and the way it all comes together with the gun itself. I have a real 1911, you know, actual firearm, 1911. And I like the traditional slim grips. And I also have a WeTech high cap with the, those wide grips. And I don't dislike those, but I like the thin grips a lot more. And I also like CO2. I like the fact that it shoots harder. I like the fact that it's a hell of a lot more portable than a propane tank. I like that I can shoot it in cold weather. And I like that I can go through 2.5 mags per CO2. To me, it just rocks. So to me, this is just, it's a culmination of everything I was looking for. And, maybe you are too. So KJ went with a single stack width, but they carved out the insides just enough to double stack it. You got 26 rounds there. Really cool. The CO2, you'll notice, is actually wider than the magazine. It actually bellies out on the sides. And when I saw that, I was like, how does that work? And you'll see that, look at, they did the same kind of carving out on the handle there so that it accommodates the CO2. Really, really cool. The design philosophy with this gun, really, that was it. They sat down and said, we want to go CO2, we want thin handle, and that's it. And we don't want to give people the high capacity. If we're putting a CO2 in there, we don't have to do 15 rounds. Let's make it a full capacity. So to me, this all comes together really, really well. You got that hard kick, the portability, the capacity, the extra FPS, and it just works for me. I really like it a lot. Let me just show you something quick on the bottom here. You have the the Allen key, and I sometimes hear people say on these reviews, oh, what if I lose this, blah blah blah. You see that line right there? You could just, where'd my penny go? There it is. You could just, guys, if you lose the Allen key, no big deal. Just grab a penny, grab a nickel, grab a quarter, grab whatever you got, and just use it. Okay, no big deal. All right, they thought of that, and just utilize it. And let me see what I'm doing with time. Okay. Last thing I want to tell you about on this gun is, I just want to show you this profile shot here. One of the only things I don't like about it, pretty much the only thing I don't like about it, is the base plate on the CO2 mags, how low it comes down. It really adds to that profile of the gun, and I don't like how large it is. But, it's small complaint. The green gas one, is more flush. It's like that. Small complaint. What I would like to focus a little bit more on, though, is how accurate this gun is. Again, I haven't mentioned it yet, but I have a lot of airsoft guns. I got gas blowbacks, CO2 non-blowbacks. I've collected quite a few over the years. And what I found is that it's almost kind of like how they roll off the assembly line. Maybe like how your hop-up is. If it's off by even like a little bit, yours goes this way, and even adjusting it, it might never shoot like your friend shoots. I don't know if I got lucky. I don't know if it's the gun itself, but let me tell you, this particular gun is stupid accurate for me. I can put together some silly groups at about 60 feet. And I mean 60 feet. I get out the tape measure, and I'm talking from where target lies to where the end of the barrel is with my hand extended. At a true 60 feet, this thing is nice. And with the CO2, I don't have a green gas, but the CO2, the first magazine, whew, you could be pretty darn accurate out to about 100. I'd say maybe even stretch out to 110, 120 feet on a man-sized target. Use the heavier BBs. I'm using .25s. I want to even go a little bit heavier. I would say go .27 or .28s. With the .25s, it'll stretch out to a good 150 feet. But your accuracy is still around 100, 110. You're talking man-sized targets. Within 50 feet, oof, you could just annihilate soda cans. I mean, if you're missing, it's you. It's not the gun. But like I said, I prefaced it all. I don't know if it's just my example, or I don't know if KJ just put their shit together right on this one. But I am more than impressed on the accuracy of this gun. By far, my most accurate gun. So, I think that's all I'm going to say about this one. This is the KJ Works KPO7. It's a really, really great gun, and yeah, I would seriously consider taking a look at this one. It's a keeper. Thanks.